I want to introduce everybody real quick so everybody knows who we're talking to tonight. We've got Mara Wolf on vocals and rhythm guitar. We've got Tommy Hines on drums, who was also called Stuck in Traffic. Alex.
This is Alex is the drummer.
Oh, okay.
Did I miss?
Yeah, Tommy Hines is lead guitar. Drums is Alex O'Malley. Bassist is Andrew Vucsko-Cameron, right? Did I get it all right that time?
Andrew Vucsko-Cameron.
Vucko, okay. So left to right, it's
I don't know what direction is Andrew.
Mora.
Alex.
Tommy.
Gotcha. Okay, so my left to right would be Tommy, Alex, Mara, and Andrew. I got it. All right, so are you guys all from the Chicago area?
Yeah. We grew up in Park Ridge, a suburb right outside Chicago.
Okay.
And these two now live in Chicago, and both of us still live in the suburbs.
Yeah. We all went to the same high school. We're all, most of us are different years. Like, we're kind of all different ages. They were in the same grade. So when I was a freshman, they were seniors. And when I was a freshman, she was a sophomore. So we were kind of within 4 years in the class, but we all came together kind of after high school.
That kind of blows my mind because the chemistry is off the charts with you guys musically. Like, it's really, really tight, really good. Usually you have to find somebody from outside your circle or a couple of somebodies from outside your circle before you can kind of tap into that. To be from the same place and in the same school, that's really, really impressive. What were some lessons you guys learned from your folks growing up?
I'm trying to...
Sorry.
I'm trying to think.
Like music, like about music?
Just anything, yeah, anything.
If I swore I got my mouth washed out with soap,
so you probably learned that soap is not very tasteful.
Soap does not taste good. I learned nothing about not swearing. No, I'm trying to think.
If your favorite team loses, it's the ref's fault and it's bullshit.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very, very true.
Just immediate.
Yeah, it's never, so essentially you learned that it's never your fault.
Yeah, just always push blame onto everything else.
I don't know.
Never take accountability.
No,
it's always ref's
Get pulled over for drinking and driving, it's the cop's fault or the bartender's fault, right?
Let him drive,
I love that. So, talk about some of your musical influences, or even some of your first musical memories growing up.
Start with you.
Musical influences, well, definitely Stevie Nicks. When I was a junior in high school, I read her biography, and that's when I decided that's what I wanted to do, play rock and roll music, I guess. So Fleetwood Mac, Janis Joplin, Joni Mitchell, Maggie Rogers.
Wow.
Delwater Gap. Nirvana, Concrete Blonde. Do you know them?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, my mom was really into them, and she played them a lot. Growing up, Concrete Blonde, Indigo Girls, Sublime, Pearl Jam. Yeah.
Nice. I love the list. What about you guys?
You guys?
I guess I grew up on a lot of classic rock stuff, as probably expected, like The Who and the Beatles and Led Zeppelin and all that stuff. But I take a lot of different influences now, listen to a lot of different styles of music and, jazz and soul and hip hop and a bunch of stuff. So
yeah, see, this doesn't surprise me at all. Like, just the wide array of influences already. We've only talked to two of y'all. So, Tommy, what about you?
I guess on the guitar end, Led Zeppelin 4 and Black Sabbath Paranoid woke me up, but Jimi Hendrix was my first, hero, I guess, in terms of guitar. But it is all over. It is a lot of the classic rock, but also a lot of funk and just styles of, I guess, quote, guitar music, which is not really just it's not a style, it's just music. But anywhere from, it's not just stuck in classic rock or 70s, it's that to some stuff in the 80s. In a similar way, you blame it on the refs. Another lesson from my parents is that if you have a song or something that you don't like, it's just if it's from a certain decade, then the whole decade's trash.
Yeah, it's just
So
absolutely.
the 80s were, I had to find that later. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, but Nirvana, great. You know,
Yeah.
So you just didn't give the '80s a chance, man. That's unfortunate.
I got what I could of it. It was very filtered. Sometimes.
I gotcha. What about you, Andrew?
Growing up, my parents are very into music now, but they weren't really growing up, so all we listened to was like the Glee soundtrack. I swear to God, that's all that was on until I was like 14. But I started playing classical instruments and stuff. But in terms of bass, when I picked it up, my main influences are like neo funk and soul music. So like Joe Dart and Wolfpack, kind of artists of that vein. Michael League from Snarky Puppy, I really like. And then my other side is like 70s and 80s funk, soul, and disco bass. So like Tower of Power, Rocco Prestia is a big influence of mine. Chic with Bernard Edwards, and Tina Weymouth from the Talking Heads are like, those are some of my biggest
I
influences.
love that. And so a lot of y'all's influences really came like almost like trickle down from your parents, what you were hearing growing up. And I love that because like if your first memories are kind of embedded in a certain style or genre, as you grow and mature, your evolution is going to lead into more modern artists as well. So who are some of those that you kind of transitioned into when you started discovering your own music?
I said Maggie Rogers and Delwater Gap. Those are probably
Yeah.
my favorite current artists now. Yeah, but for a long time I was really just listening to what they showed me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like your likes and dislikes are the same as your folks, or do those differ at times?
Mm.
That's a good question. I think that they used to be the same, but now they differ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think my parents and we argue very passionately about some of our likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I'm really into that they're not. But they're very opinionated about a lot of that stuff. But in terms of modern stuff that I like, my main ones are Theo Katzman. I'm a huge fan of his music. He's a member of Wolfpack, plays the drums, but he's also a singer-songwriter. I'm a huge fan of his stuff. And then the other side would be Butcher Brown, who's a funk, jazz, like soul fusion band out of Richmond, Virginia. I really like them. I'm a huge fan. I'm going to get to see them in March, which I'm really stoked about.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's my kind of modern stuff.